There is a force so quiet, so underestimated, that most people walk past it every single day without recognizing what it actually is. It is not intelligence. It is not strength. Scientists who have spent decades studying human survival keep arriving at the same uncomfortable conclusion, that the one thing most responsible for our species still being here is something we have spent centuries treating as weakness. For a long time, the dominant theory of human survival was built around competition. The strongest, most aggressive individuals would outlast the rest. But researchers studying early human settlements found consistent evidence of communities caring for the injured and the elderly, people who contributed nothing to the immediate food supply, kept alive by the group. That is not the behavior of a species built purely on competition. That is something else entirely.
The human nervous system responds to acts of compassion in ways that scientists are still mapping. When a person experiences genuine kindness, receives it, witnesses it, or simply recalls it, the brain releases neurochemicals that reduce stress hormones and strengthen immune function. This is not metaphor. This is measurable biological change happening in real time inside the body.
What makes this even more striking is that the effect runs in every direction. The person giving kindness experiences the same neurochemical shift as the person receiving it, and bystanders who simply observe a kind act show measurable changes in their own stress markers. The body, it turns out, cannot fully distinguish between experiencing warmth and witnessing it. Across recorded history, communities that developed sophisticated systems of mutual aid, shared food stores, collective care for children, support for the sick, were the ones that grew into lasting civilizations. Historians studying ancient collapse point again and again to the erosion of social trust as the first warning sign, arriving long before military defeat or economic failure ever did. The psychological literature goes deeper still. Studies tracking thousands of people over years found that individuals who regularly engage in ordinary, low-cost acts of generosity report significantly higher levels of meaning and life satisfaction than those focused primarily on personal gain. The data holds across cultures and income levels with remarkable consistency. There is also an effect on longevity. People embedded in strong social networks characterized by mutual care tend to live measurably longer than those who are socially isolated. Researchers have found the effect rivals that of smoking, exercise, and diet. The body treats chronic disconnection as a form of physical stress, with real consequences for the heart, for inflammation, and for cellular aging. And yet, something keeps happening. Generation after generation, cultures teach their children to admire power and equate softness with vulnerability. The traits that built human civilization keep getting framed as liabilities. Researchers studying social norms have begun asking what happens to a society that systematically devalues the very behavior responsible for its existence. The answer, the evidence suggests, is that it becomes fragile in ways that are not immediately visible, until something breaks and everyone wonders when things changed. The scientists, the anthropologists, the historians, the psychologists, all pointing at the same quiet conclusion from different directions. The species that survived ice ages and centuries of hardship did not do it through dominance alone. It did so because somewhere in our deepest wiring, we developed the capacity to care for strangers, to treat the vulnerability of another person not as an opportunity, but as a reason to act. That instinct is not naive, it is ancient, it is powerful, and the full record of human history is, in many ways, the story of what we build when we honor it, and everything we quietly lose when we forget we ever had it.